Hello students. In previous few sessions, I have completed reproduction in organisms, principles of inheritance of genes. Recently, 30% reduction you found in the syllabus. But don't think that reduction in the syllabus means you need to study less. Okay, studying the entire concept is very important because it will give the base, okay, to give competitive exams. In today's session, let me start my favorite topic, molecular basis of inheritance. If you follow this topic, you will be perfect in unit number 9, that is biotechnology, where we need to learn how the genes are manipulated, how we are making use of different genes for human welfare. So to learn biotechnology for 13 marks, you need to have a base, and it gives the detailed account of principles of inheritance, what exactly factors are, pangenes are, how they transmit from parents to offspring, how they regulate expressions of the traits, and how the characters are expressed morphologically, anatomically, and physiologically. What exactly crossing over is, what will happen when the mutation occur, and how the genetic disorders are appearing in the individuals. All these questions, whatever you have in the minds, this topic gives maximum answers. This is never ending field. It is like an ocean, sky is the limit. As you go inside, you can explore many more things with the tiny molecule, and that we call DNA. In Bhagavad Gita, when Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, don't think much on the battleground. When people are supporting bad, you have full right to kill them. When Pitamaha Bhishma was lying down on the bed of arrow, Arjuna was in dilemma whether to kill Pitamaha or not. Lord Krishna says that you are killing only the physical body. You never kill the soul. Soul already departed from the body, and this soul transfer from one body to other body. So you never kill the soul, you are just killing the body. Taking this concept as per Hinduism, the soul is nothing but, we call Atma in Sanskrit, it is nothing but the DNA molecule which never dies, which is never killed by anyone. It undergoes denaturation, but it has the power to regulate n number of activities in the living world. So let us begin with the topic molecular basis of inheritance by understanding this DNA as a genetic material. This DNA is a macromolecule. It has a structure of polynucleotide. Poly means many, nucleotides are the monomers of DNA. Now what exactly this nucleotide is? It is formed by 3 chemical compounds. First is a pentose sugar having molecular formula C5H10O5. The name given to this pentose sugar is ribose. But when one oxygen is less, the name will change, and even the structure will change as C5, molecular formula will change as C5H10O4. So this is pentose sugar, but due to less oxygen atom, we call it as deoxyribose sugar. So pentose sugars are of 2 types, ribose and deoxyribose. Both have pentose, that is 5 carbons, 10 hydrogens. O5 means ribose, O4 means deoxyribose. Now this sugar is having OH as a functional group at 5th carbon. It always have a linkage with the nitrogen base. This is N-glycosidic linkage with nitrogen base. So second chemical compound which is first time proposed by Cosell. There are two forms of nitrogenous bases, purines and pyrimidines. Two purines are adenine and guanine, and pyrimidines are cytosine, thymine and uracil. As we are learning DNA, we don't find uracil in this group. So sugar is deoxyribose in DNA, having N-glycosidic linkage with either purine or pyrimidine. If this deoxyribose sugar is linked with adenine, it becomes a nucleoside, name is adenosine. Like that, deoxyribose sugar with guanine becomes a nucleoside guanosine. Cytosine with N-glycosidic linkage with deoxyribose sugar gives cytidine, and thymine with sugar gives thymidine. So 4 nucleosides of DNA: adenosine, guanosine, cytidine and thymidine, which will have phosphoester linkage with phosphoric acid. Because of this, the DNA is acidic in nature. H3PO4, who is phosphate donor. So this phosphate group is attached to OH functional group at 5th carbon or at the 3rd carbon level. So it specifies 5' end or 3' end of nucleotide. Thus, 3 chemical compounds forming a nucleotide like deoxy adenosine monophosphate, deoxy guanosine monophosphate, deoxycytidine monophosphate, deoxythymidine monophosphate. In other words, we also call it as deoxyadenilic acid, deoxyguanilic acid, deoxycytidilic acid and deoxythymidilic acid. You may have a lot of confusions now in the mind. No need to worry. We have started with the topic molecular basis of inheritance. In this, we are searching what gene is. Gene is a functional segment of DNA, and DNA is a macromolecule showing a polynucleotide made up of nucleotide made up of 3 chemical compounds. Number 1, pentose sugar, name is deoxyribose sugar. Nitrogen bases are of 4 types. 2 are purines and 2 are pyrimidines. Purines are adenine and guanine, and pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. They establish N-glycosidic linkage with deoxyribose sugar to form nucleoside. Nucleoside linked with phosphate group of phosphoric acid to form nucleotide. Thus, nucleotides undergo polymerization, forming phosphodiester linkage to form a polynucleotide. As I said earlier, one polynucleotide is having 5'. So here 5th carbon with functional OH group and 3rd carbon with functional group. So one polynucleotide is from 5' to 3'. And to retain this status, there is opposite strand arranged. So this is sensible strand with 5' and 3' ends, and opposite is antisense strand from 3' to 5'. Thus, when you see the 2 strands of DNA which has sugar backbone having phosphate molecules outside and inside nitrogen bases facing each other. So when these nitrogen bases face each other, purine always facing pyrimidine. Again, there is a specification as per Erwin Chargaff, who proposed base equivalence rule. He analyzed the composition of DNA molecule and said that number of adenine are equal to number of thymine. Means a pair A plus T is always equal to G plus C. So number of purines are always equal to number of pyrimidines. Percentage of purine is equal to percentage of pyrimidine. So here adenine will have pairing with thymine. So here 2 hydrogen bonds will develop. followed guanine linked with cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. Thus AT, GC, CG, TA, like this the base pairing will form, and now the DNA shows ladder like structure. 2 backbones composed of deoxyribose sugar having phosphate molecules outside with diester linkage, and inside the base pairs were purines, pyrimidines AT, GC, CG, TA with hydrogen bonding. So here this ladder like DNA will coil now. The coiling is of 2 types, right-handed and left-handed. So if the DNA coils in right-handed manner, we call non-genetic DNA, and if it coils in left-handed manner, we call left-handed DNA. Right-handed DNA are non-genetic in the sense they are present in somatic cells. They are found in rest of the body parts, not in the gonads, while left-handed DNA are present in the germ cells of the gonads. So heritable DNA is left-handed, and non-heritable DNA to regulate other body functions are right-handed. DNA double helical model, first time proposed by Watson and Crick based on the X-ray crystallograph obtained by Wilkins and Franklin. With this, I will conclude the introductory session on molecular basis of inheritance. Thank you very much.